Check your time right now is 7:25. Right now it's 34 degrees in Reno. Move over, like button. You've got some competition on Facebook. Facebook announced Wednesday that they are expanding its users' ability to react to something on their news feeds. Now, if you hover your mouse over the arrow as of right now, you're going to get the thumbs up button, right? But you can then, it'll pop up and show you a few different options like you can have like, love, haha, wow, sad, or angry. The new options are already available worldwide, whether you're at a desktop or using your mobile device. Turning now to what's trending over on our Facebook page this morning, new campus carry gun laws will go into effect in Texas at one university, and the university is deciding to maybe drop a few topics because of it. On August 1st, students, faculty, and staff with a concealed handgun license are going to be allowed to carry in most areas of the Texas public utility or public universities, I should say, system. Well, now the University of Houston is talking about things should change. And they're talking to their professors and saying to them, maybe you should censor yourselves in the classroom. A recent presentation given to faculty suggests that they drop topics from the curriculum that could be offensive to some and stay away from making any provocative statements. They even suggest limiting student access to off hours. Asking all of you on Facebook, what do you think about the suggestion that, if you're going to do one thing, allow the guns on campus, then it's time to really bring back maybe you shouldn't talk about everything in the classroom. Or it's a classroom, it's a university. These types of conversations should happen. Let us know on Facebook. Coming up, if you're a fan of McDonald's breakfast like Bill Frank Moore, well, then there may be a new low-calorie option for you that you'd be interested in. We're going to be talking about it coming up in Consumer News. Stay with us, everybody.
There are worse things I could do than go with a boy.
Superhero action figures are not just for boys. We're going to have the good news for girls who are fans of the genre. Plus,
there are worse things I could do than go with a boy or two.
Nearly 24 Nevada kids have the opportunity of a lifetime within their reach. We're going to tell you what school they attend and what they are hoping to do to make their dreams a reality.
Hey, she sounded just like Riz from Grease, didn't she? Loved it. All righty, and if you work mornings like we do, it can be tough sometimes to get enough sleep, to get up in the morning too. We're going to give you some tips to try and get a little more shut-eye in your health news.
You are watching Mornings on Fox with Bill Frankmore, Samantha Boatman, Melissa Carlson, and weather with meteorologist Tim Studebaker. This is Mornings on Fox.
Hey, good Thursday morning, everyone. 7:31 on your Thursday. Hopefully your morning's off to a great start. And yeah, some tips to get more sleep. I think we all need to watch that. One of those things, don't look at your cell phone right before going to bed. They say at least an hour. Just disconnect yourself if you can.
I don't understand that one. I think we all should stay away from our cell phones a little more often, but we're watching TV until we go to bed. What's the difference between watching TV and a cell phone?
It's supposed to be the screen.
I wonder if it's a light thing, a different type of light, maybe a more bright light.
Yeah.
Or your brain is
Brain's
thinking more
going.
because you're kind of reading as you're watching.
I feel like even when I'm laying down in bed and like I have the phone next to me, it's my alarm clock. If I get a text or an alert, even that light, I feel like I can. Once I see it, I'm awake. I'm like, oh gosh, shouldn't have looked.
So we'll have some tips for you to get more shut-eye. Also, you probably think of Chicago or New York City when you think about the best places for pizza. Well, according to a new study by the real estate website Estately, Nevada should be on your pizza radar too. After determining which states have the best pizza places per capita, Estately determined and ranked the states that would be most ideal for pizza lovers to reside.
So, where does Nevada fall, you may ask? It seems we just break the top 5.
What?
Yeah. Silver State lost out to West Virginia, Delaware, New Jersey.
Jersey
Yeah.
and Ohio too.
Yeah.
Where's
Ohio.
New York on that?
I don't. The map is. I can't really see it, but it looks like it's probably on there. I mean,
That's
it's
crazy.
got to be on there, right?
You'd think so. New York pizza is amazing.
We do have some good pizza here, though.
Even the New York pizza in Nevada is amazing.
Listen, hey, you know what? People need to realize this town is definitely stepping up when it comes to food. We're no longer, better food here than I would say in most of Maryland, where I was living for a few years. I was missing food from all you can eat sushi too. You can't get that anywhere else.
Favorite pizza place in town. Can we say this?
Go ahead.
I like JJ's Pie Company.
That's my
New York.
husband's. I'm a South Creek girl. I love it. But
That's good too.
I get the South Creek with the fried mortadella, though. I know
Yeah.
that's just one of those things.
I forgot about that place.
Pizza.
That place is really good.
We're going to go get some pizza and let Tim take things over from here. Hi, Tim.
All right, and if I can weigh into that conversation, mine is Noble. I love their pizza. 67 in town for the high yesterday, and we're going to be very close to that as we go into this afternoon as well, going for 68 later on today. 54 is the average for this time of year, so we're well above the averages for this time of year. 68 in town later today, 65 in Carson City, going for 57 in Southlake and 54 in Elko. Light winds today. That'll change a little bit tomorrow. Some breezes will be picking up tomorrow into your Saturday, but still not much in the way of shower chances for us. We'll have a brief weak system passing off to our north as we head through Friday night into Saturday morning. So that'll pick up the winds tomorrow and Saturday a little bit, and also just a little bit of a moisture chance, mostly north of Reno Sparks for your Friday night. Till then, things are dry, things are quiet, and things are calm. And we are looking at warm temperatures later today. Right now, seasonably cool to start the day, 20s and 30s, 34 here in Reno at the moment, 28 in Carson City, 25 at Southlake, and 26 in Yerington. Later on today, going for the 50s and 60s. And on the 7-day forecast, I do have one day in the 70s for Reno Sparks. I'll let you know when that is, plus your shower chances coming up. Back over to you.
All right, Tim, thank you for that. Well, agriculture business owners, county commissioners, and city officials are going to attend today's Nevada Agriculture Outlook session. Cooperative Extension at UNR is hosting the event for Northern Nevada. The group hopes to help agriculture economic development and minimize business risk. Now, for those interested in attending the event, it kicks off at 9 this morning, runs until 3 this afternoon. For the workshop, you can register online at renoagoutlook.eventbrite.com. The Desert Research Institute also, talking about our area, the Drone America and Oswell have successfully flight tested the first ever seeding aircraft, basically a seeding drone here. Meteorologist Cassie Wilson is joining scientists from DRI and engineers at Drone America to see firsthand how this process actually works. Make sure that you watch News 4 sister station on Friday to catch her full story on drone cloud seeding. Very interesting.
Well, the Carson City Dispatch Center oversees everything throughout northern Nevada when it comes to Nevada Highway Patrol, but they're running low on workers and they are looking to fill the open positions immediately. Ryan Kern joins us live from Carson City with more on this effort. Ryan?
All right, Ryan, thank you for that.
Nearly 24 Dayton Intermediate School students have the opportunity of a lifetime within their reach. There's just one minor setback, though, the money it takes to send them to their state theater competition.
So Sam traveled to Dayton and to meet these students, and here's a little bit more about their story.
Because we're in the same boat, but a bigger one.
You may recognize Dayton Intermediate School theater teacher Michelle Crane. Last year, 9 of her students qualified for the state theater competition in Las Vegas. After several fundraising events, the group was able to raise $7,500. This year, the stakes are much higher. All 21 of her students qualified.
You know, with high schoolers, this competition is like, yeah, we made it to state. But for Dayton Middle School, it's like, we made it to state. It's huge for us.
Mrs. Crane says her students more than deserve to go to this competition and have been rehearsing around the clock.
These kids have put in hours and hours and hours of their own rehearsal times. We've met after school. We've had in-class workshops. Like every moment we have, we've been spending on workshopping.
Bouncy Girl pageant? What if it is? I'd like to register.
8th graders Eden Wedderburn and Sarah Ashby are 2 of the 21 students who qualified for the state competition. In fact, at their last competition, they received a superior, the highest rating possible.
This means more than anything in my life currently right now, more than anything I'm doing. School definitely is #1, but this takes the top.
Eden and Sarah say it's much more than just a theater class. Their fellow students are like family.
We call it our drama fam.
Yeah, it's a family. It really is. It's a beautiful thing.
There's different types of talent spread out in the family. There's a singer,
It could be true.
the werewolf and the vampire,
But don't you ever feel guilty?
and a young couple learning how to flirt.
Stars are just, I didn't know you knew all this stuff about stars.
Just stuff my dad taught me.
We have been working 24/7 every single day at home, night, and it's just we would like to go to state just so because we've worked very hard for us to do this.
I'm just proud. It's like my own children. Yeah. They call me Drama Mama.
We work so hard on this, and it would just mean a lot for all of us to make it there.
So the goal, $5,000. The state competition just a few weeks away, again in Las Vegas. It's happening March 9th. Now the group, again, looking to raise $5,000. It's the biggest fundraiser that's happening this Saturday for the group. It's happening at the Dayton Community Center from 5 to 9 p.m. There will be raffle prizes, food, and performances from all 21 students. Tickets are $10 in advance or $15 at the door.
Awesome story, Sam. Well, there is a new line of action figures, and it's all girl superheroes.
Love this. Yeah, in today's Consumer Watch, Mary Maloney explains when the new merch soars into stores.
To be a superhero, you need a crime. There's a car chase on the 112 freeway.
I could do a car chase.
Supergirl and her super friends will have a new life in Target stores. It's part of the DC Superhero Girls line, featuring action figures and clothes. And, you guessed it, all the characters have girl power. Fans will be able to see familiar faces like Poison Ivy, Batgirl, and Wonder Woman.
Oh, I don't think you've ever known a woman like me.
The focus on women comes after the new Star Wars action figure line famously did not feature any females, even though the main character of Star Wars, The Force Awakens, is Rey, a woman. The new class of superheroes will be soaring into stores next month. For Consumer Watch, I'm Mary Maloney.
Love that idea. All right, McDonald's is testing out some new low-cal breakfast items in a couple of California spots. Starting this week, people in Los Angeles and San Diego will be able to purchase 2 different low-carbohydrate breakfast bowls.
Yeah, one contains egg whites, turkey sausage, spinach, and kale, and clocks in at only 250 calories. Another has scrambled egg and chorizo sausage with hash browns, salsa, and pico de gallo. That one has a little bit more at 460 calories. McDonald's will also begin using lower-calorie Chobani Greek yogurt in its parfaits and smoothies.
Thanks, now I'm hungry.
Well, intense winds forced one amusement park ride to temporarily close, and robots are taking over? Yeah, that and a lot more. Still to come in today's Take a Look at This.
Morning, guys.
Morning, Kempton.
Good. Right.
Kempton.
I just saw like Glenn's mouth moving and I don't hear anything. That scared me a little. It's like, is my mic? Yeah. It's all good. It's all good.
Okay, there we go.
All right.
Here's a hint: don't slide down your fader and then mute it, unmute it, and then you're still sliding.
I can't see. I hate the microphone.
There's a little bit of feedback for some reason. Yeah, I think I definitely hear some feedback. What is it?
It's just godlike echo.
Godlike echo. Yeah. Glenn is playing God today, right?
Yeah. All right. Cool. So very excited, Glenn. We got Minicam. He loves all the features. Thanks for recommending.
Do the little upgrade to get to the next level of improvement.
Welcome back, everybody. 34 degrees right now as we check in with you now at 7:45. Your full forecast with Tim in just a few. But first, wind grounds an amusement park ride. Flowers bloom in the most unexpected place. The future is here, my friend.
Yeah, I hear it has to do with robots. Jeremy Roth has today's must-see footage, and take a look at this.
Take a look at this. This is crazy wind. The Ferris wheel at Iowa's Modern Woodman Park is in full swing, and not in a good way. The gondolas were being rocked by winds of up to 60 miles per hour. Several were damaged, but only one had to be removed. It's a good thing it wasn't carrying passengers. Check out these photos of wildflowers blooming in Death Valley. One of the hottest places on Earth is experiencing a so-called super bloom. The perfect mix of rain, sunshine, and wind is causing millions of flowers to bloom. It's the first time in 11 years the area has seen this many flowers. No, Arnold is not back. And no, this is not an outtake from Ex Machina. This is an actual 5'9" robot walking on two legs. Boston Dynamics showed off their latest Atlas prototype. It can lift objects, navigate outdoors over rough terrain, and even stand up on its own if it falls down. I, for one, welcome our new robot overlords who will eventually enslave us all. Or take a look at this. I'm Jeremy Roth.
Incredible stuff there for sure. A mix of sun and clouds for the day today, as well as light winds and warm temperatures too. We are going well into the 60s later today, not far from 70 degrees. I think tomorrow we have a chance to even see the lower 70s. 34 in town with mostly sunny skies right now, calm winds, and 73% humidity. So a quiet start to the day, another quiet day on tap for us today. And by the time we get to tomorrow, the only thing that really changes for most of us will be the breezes that pick up for your Friday and Saturday. 20s and 30s out there right now across the area. Mostly dry conditions really for everyone, and mostly sunny skies. We'll have a few clouds mixing in later on this afternoon. Those clouds right now are hanging out over the coast of California. So a few clouds mixing in for the afternoon hours. Otherwise, things are pretty much dry across the area and quiet. For your Friday, we're watching this very weak system that's out over California coast by the time we get to Friday evening. But watch what happens when it moves in toward Nevada. Falls apart. So just a few isolated showers are possible, mostly north of Reno Sparks. A lot of us are going to stay pretty dry out there. Northeastern Nevada topping out into the 50s to near 60 degrees for the day-to-day. Light winds. The breezes will pick up with that weak system passing to our north tomorrow. Breezes picking up for your Friday and Saturday. 50s around the lake today, though. 57 at South Lake and 60 in Truckee. And again, western Nevada topping out into the mid to upper 60s for some of us today. 65 in Carson City, 68 in Fernley for your high today. Northern zones into the 60s for the most part as well. Mid 60s for many of us. And then down in toward the Truckee Meadows, 68 degrees for Reno Sparks today. The average high today is 54. So we're way above that average today. We're going to be even warmer tomorrow, but breezier as well. So breezes pick up Friday and Saturday, then shower chances pick up for Sunday through Tuesday. They are pretty low shower chances, though, only at about 10 to 20%. So it is looking a little bit unsettled as we head in toward the weekend with that weak system off to our north for Friday night, mostly leaving us dry, but with breezes across the area. And then another weak system for early next week leaves us unsettled, but still pretty much dry for most of us at 10 to 20% shower chances. Over to you.
Let's go and take a look at what's trending this morning. New campus carry gun laws get ready to go into effect in Texas, and one university is talking about dropping topics from the curriculum to prepare. On August 1st, students, faculty, and staff with a concealed handgun license will be allowed to carry in most areas of Texas public universities. Now, the University of Houston is talking about how professors should censor themselves in the classroom. A recent presentation given to faculty suggests they drop topics from the curriculum and stay away from making provocative statements. And they even suggest limiting students' access to off hours. Ask your Google Plusers, what do you think about it? Is it time? If you're going to offer this, it's time to take away this. Starting off first with Kempton. Kempton, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it shows a concern by the university that, hey, if a discussion get really heated and whatnot, because kids get concealed weapon and whatnot, would they just pull a gun and shoot? I remember there was another news that I read. They actually banned handguns, concealed handguns are not allowed in sporting events in colleges. So why was that banned? There's a reason, right? Think about it.
Chris, what do you think?
Well, to be totally honest, going back to what Glenwood said yesterday, the card-carrying licensed gun holders. Look at the statistics. There's nothing there to indicate this kind of fear, and I think the bottom line here is it's all about common sense, and I think gun carriers have common sense, and they will carry in classrooms and around the school. But I think they might, if they're going to a frat party, they might take it off.
Let's hope, right? With alcohol's involved. Glenn, your thoughts?
Absolutely correct. The concealed carry permit holders, in order to get a concealed carry permit, you have to be a law-abiding citizen and of sound mind. The people who jump up and shoot somebody because they're freaking out are the people who stole the guns or the people who purchased the guns illegally. You don't have to worry about your permit holders. They're not the ones committing these crimes.
But the concern, though, too, is that if you get used to seeing people carry guns, it won't be out of the ordinary when somebody does carry a gun on campus to do something that's, obviously a bad choice, could be very dangerous for everyone else. People's eyes won't be trained to look for it because there'll be other guns there, maybe. Love to hear what you have to say. Go ahead and post your comments on our Facebook page. Stay with us, everybody. We'll be right back.
Yeah, Melissa made a great point. Like, it would blend in, right? Because, hey, how do you tell a concealed weapon permit holder versus a not? Right?
Whoa.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Whoa, hold on. You got to think about something here that you're not taking into consideration.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a whole campus of people carrying sidearms, that one person that you may not be able to identify because they're carrying a gun on campus, look at the response now that they would have to deal with.
Yeah, I hate to say, but it's like the belief that hey, you got good guys with guns, then the bad guys with guns will immediately go down. Well, no, sometimes all it takes is killing a few.
I live in a town where it is very common to see people walking down the street carrying guns. I'm one of them. This is a very quiet town.
I'm all for it too. I mean, I can't believe it's another day where we kind of all agree. Well, kind of all agree. But, yeah. See, to me, it was the frat party issue, and if they don't allow it in sporting events or anywhere where there's alcohol around, then there's not that much of an issue. But in class, that's where the shootings happen. The school shootings happen.
Here lies the thing, right? Frat party and then sporting event. Well, in the other time they are allowed, and in sporting event, I think they because this is America, you have the metal detector and whatnot to stop people from carrying their guns in. But other places, they may not, right? I mean, it's just.
Well, look at this, Captain. Look at it. A bad guy with a gun is willing to pull his gun and shoot innocent people when he thinks that there's nobody there to shoot back. But the moment he realizes that people can defend themselves and will, he doesn't hang around there. He goes away. He goes somewhere else. And that has been statistically shown time and time again. Good guys with guns, when you know they're around especially, that's why police officers carrying guns keep the peace just because they have a presence. Here's a bunch of police officers walking around carrying guns, and bad guys go somewhere else.
That's my point. The school shooters and stuff planning mass shootings are less likely to do so if they know that their classmates are going to shoot back.
Yeah, police officer is a different thing. I don't think there's disagreement on the police officer. It's
not a different thing. I am just as honest as a police officer and just as good as a shot.
I'm a great shot, so nobody wants to mess with me, right? He'll tell you.
Well, I don't
actually think police academy, so I'm good.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I don't think we can agree on this one, but yeah, I mean.
It's
a tough one.
In fairness, Kempton, to be totally honest with you, I understand what you're saying, and this particular subject that we're talking about this morning, this would not work in Canada for all the reasons you're talking about. So you keep that Canadian perspective.
Yeah, there's less of it in Canada anyway.
I think the Canadian perspective is seeing, hey, we are fine. We are just north of the 49 parallel, and in America, this is the whole gun thing is escalating like nuts, and it's proliferating to to campus, and I just
Welcome back, everyone.
I
Your
think I
health
have a
news in the
clean,
morning. Adults
like
need
a
to
clear
sleep at
mind and
least
saying,
7 hours a
seeing
day,
that,
but
hey,
a new
this is
study
not
shows
right.
more
But
than one
yeah,
plus
it's hard to. Yeah, I mean, I do see some of your points, but yeah, I don't think I can agree. Anyway.
Yeah, solution starts earlier, much earlier, in training people, at home. The home needs to get better for society to get better. So
Yeah, it's a tough topic. All right.
It-
Yeah.
See you
Okay.
later, honey.
See you next topic. All right.
Okay, bye.
Okay, this is really strange. So the offices of American Standard Media are here in the Kendrick building, which, by the way, same building as Senator Enzi. So we're just downstairs from him. He hates me, by the way. We annoy the hell out of it. Anyway, so down the hall here, I've been curious about this. Just past the bathrooms, right, is the room for the custodian. Now, for the longest time, I've been wondering, wow, what does the custodian keep in his closet? I mean, cleaning supplies, stuff like that, obviously. It's open today. So I looked in it. Why the hell would the custodian need his own private bathroom?
Hollywood Minute this morning.
Potential nominees to the U.S. Supreme Court. The nomination of a Republican would be seen as an attempt by President Obama to court the Senate GOP. Sandoval
There you go.
Quiet there. We're all meditating.
Okay. I didn't mute you, Kempton. Wasn't me.
Yeah. Right. Oh, he usually mutes himself. He sometimes is talking to his wife, something like that. Now, as far as Melissa goes, is she muted?
Yeah, we did that.
Ooh, careful. One time we muted Melissa, and she was not able to unmute herself, nor were we.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That?
The issue is you can mute me too, but then I can unmute myself, right, Chris? But the problem is at the station, she would have no idea she got muted, and then that's the last thing that she would check when she needs to speak. She speak, right? So
right.
That became a problem one time.
Right. So yeah, I mean, that's why you don't.
While we're chatting here, are you able to do it, Chris? Unmute her.
Did you mute Melissa by accident, Chris? I hope not.
Yeah. No.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I
Sometimes. Go ahead. Finish it.
I did it because you and I were having a conversation afterwards, so I just muted her. I didn't think I could not unmute her.
See, I did that once because Kempton and I were talking, and again, she was not able to unmute. So.
Oh, so right now she's muted?
Yeah.
Okay. So I better message her just in case.
It's Kempton.
All right.
And while we're at it, Kempton, I am rendering right now. Chris and Kate are getting from me the a video cutout of the segments we do.
Mm-hmm.
And I can send that to you as well.
Oh, okay. Sure. Why not? Yeah.
The only thing is the file is big enough. Do you have something like Dropbox?
No, I don't use Dropbox.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. Yeah, I guess when I need a segment, I'll get it. So don't worry about it today.
Yeah, you just ask me. We'll figure out a way to get it to you. Yeah, but
Yeah, sure. Let me finish getting message to Melissa.
He'll calm down in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I sent a message to Melissa. Yeah, mute is one of those things for privacy reason. We can all unmute ourselves and obviously even accidentally mute others, but we cannot unmute someone else because what if they don't want us to hear? I'm talking on the phone, I mute, and if you're able to unmute me, then there's a security concern, right? So
yeah, I made that mistake. Kempton and I were talking, and I muted Melissa, and she wasn't able to unmute herself on her end.
Right, yeah. Or unmuting on time, in time. Sometimes they're a machine, I don't know, yeah. But anyway, there are a few times that she was not able to mute herself.
Yeah, it's kind of strange because yesterday I had a problem with this Google Hangout things in the sense that it kept giving me an error message as I was trying to load it. And then finally, it let me load it, but it didn't turn on all of its features. And as far as I'm concerned, that was on Google's end, not mine. Everything was functioning on my end just fine. It does strange stuff now and then. It's a new technology. They're still figuring it out.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing is, they keep on improving it. I mean, sometimes they add functions and fix errors and bugs and whatnot, and it does change how it behaves. But sometimes by getting out of the session and getting back in, it seems to fix the problem. Like, for example, the Hangout tool, the tool that used to put in the lower third, sometimes that's not loaded. So I just need to go back out and come back in.
There we go. Okay.
So this is our 3-year-old Tristan. He's not feeling well today. So, say hi, Tristan. Say hi. You're on TV.
Hello, Tristan.
There. Hello.
Oh, you're not feeling too well. Oh.
Got vaccinations yesterday, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
Tristan is adorable.
He won't stay out.
Had a smile and red hair.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Go do your tablet.
She's coming back now.
Okay, we gotta go. Go do your tablet. Go ahead. Okay, go. Go, Shu. Go on.
In case I'm going to throw it in the chat box too. So she should see it twice.
All right, I will never do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do it. If she forgets, then you see her mouth move, and we have no way to stop that.
There she goes.
For your high today, only a couple of
Yeah.
degrees away from
Good.
70.
I think she.
7-day forecast. We've got warm temperatures the next couple of days here. Pretty quiet conditions. A little bit more of a breeze for your Friday and your Saturday. And that's with a weak storm system passing to our north, but we're going to stay mostly dry despite that weak storm system off to our north. Sunday through Tuesday, our next real shower chances out there, and they are not very appreciable, only about 10 to 20%. Highs in the 60s, even the low 70s, but breezy for your Friday. Over to you.
The president of a local university in Los Angeles is taking a look at what he needs to do about a scheduled person to come speak at the University of Los Angeles. Now, they canceled this because they said that this speaker wasn't inclusive enough. Well, conservative political commentator Ben Shapiro was scheduled to give a lecture when diversity becomes a problem, rather. That is what it was called. Now, this is the president of the CSULA canceled the event, saying they wouldn't reschedule him until they could have a panel of a couple of different views to go along with them. Well, here's the problem. The college's Young American Foundation, they're furious. They say, hey, what's the issue here? A lot of times the college has hosted very liberal speakers without having a conservative voice there, so why can't this conservative voice come and speak about his views? So we're asking our Google Plusers what you think about it. Starting off first with Kate. Kate, what's the issue here, do you think? Having canceled this conservative gentleman coming in and having a more diverse group altogether, is that an issue for you?
Well, I think there's a couple issues in this story, particularly one that, to me, they're trying to make the appearance of creating more inclusiveness. Like they've said in the story, there have been other speakers that haven't had rebuttal speakers, so why all of a sudden this issue? Do they need divergent viewpoints? I think that diversity in and of itself has become a problem. Maybe not full segregation is the issue, but at least when we were separate, we respected other cultures, we were interested to learn about other cultures and other ways of life. Now with everybody thrown together, nobody respects anything anymore, and it's just gotten to the point where microaggression, really? I mean, do we not have enough real serious issues to discuss? So it's just gotten out of hand, in my opinion.
Kempton, do you agree?
I disagree. I hope I didn't hear Kate right. I hope Kate is not suggesting we go back to the old days of segregation. I did some more research and saw that apparently this same speaker went to a high school and created a big fuss confrontation. And in fact, the teacher had to stop the speech. So maybe there is a bigger context that we need to look at. It's not just one isolated incident.
Glenn, what do you think about it?
The context that Kempton's talking about, Ben Shapiro was at a high school where he said rich people are rich because of their behavior, poor people are poor because of their behavior, and some students got really upset with him. A few years ago here in Wyoming, there was a radical leftist, and I mean had been in prison for bombing the Pentagon, who came to Wyoming to speak, and we as conservatives encouraged him to do so because all points of view should be heard.
Love to hear what you have to say. Post your comments on our Facebook page. Stay with us, everybody. We'll be right back.
A lot of hot topics today.
Hey, sorry. You know what? The pendulum has swung way, way too far. It's going to have to swing all the way back before we have a happy medium. It's just ridiculous. In this country now, you're just crazy.
Let's talk about breastfeeding next time.
I don't do that anyway, so I'm one of those women. I actually had a mother from the Leche League.
Oh, you're going to make me blush, right, Kate? I was just kidding.
No, because I didn't breastfeed. So, it's a choice. It's a thing. I was on medication. It wasn't good for the baby. I had to make that choice. But she didn't care. She just looked at me like I wasn't as much of a mother as everybody else.
That's too much. That's guilting the mother. And shit, I do have an opinion on that. Like sometimes the mother is not capable, not medication or other reasons, not capable not able to breastfeed. That's fine. Like pushing them and guilting them, that's too much. Yeah.
She lived across the street from me, and she used to let our kids play together until then, and then she got all hostile and everything. It was just bad scene.
And this one, I have no one to blame, and I started myself. So.
So he had to take the kid out. Finally, that's why I was here by myself. So. Yeah. He just would not leave. It was either do the segment with Tristan on my lap, or he had to take him out.
Oh, right.
Kids are cute, but yeah.
Yeah, well, there's a thing. Yeah.
There's a limit, right?
Well, real quick, Kempton, in case you were talking about with Ben to get that in, the case, one of our